हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल ओमनी ज्ञान। मेरे चैनल ओमनी ज्ञान में आप सब लोगों का फिर से बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न द पोम द लेक आइल ऑफ इनिसफ्री बाय विलियम बटलर येट्स, एंड दिस इज इन द न्यू English syllabus of class 9, both MBOSE and CBSE. Okay, and I am going to make here a line by line explanation as I always do. Now without further delay, let us start the explanation. And I would again like to request all of you to keep the textbook in front of you, because each time I explain I will not be able to come back to the lines of the poem. Okay, तो textbooks आप अपने पास रखिए और देखते जाइए. Okay, so stanza 1. Now there are 3 stanzas in the poem. अब stanza 1 बहुत ही छोटा poem है. It's a very small poem, not a very big poem. Okay, so stanza 1. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, high for the honeybees, and live alone in the bee loud glade. Alright, so what is the meaning of these 4 lines? We will have the explanation. Okay, so first of all we need to understand what is this Innisfree. Okay, so Innisfree is a small uninhabited island in Ireland where the poet spent his childhood summers. तो इनिसफ्री एक छोटा सा आइलैंड है जहाँ पे पोएट ने बचपन में समर सीजन बिताया था. मतलब पोएट ने चाइल्डहुड में इनिसफ्री में वो गए थे और कुछ समय इनिसफ्री में बिताया था. तो पोएट हैड स्पेंड सम टाइम व्हेन ही वाज अ चाइल्ड, ही हैड स्पेंड सम टाइम in this island, in this small island called Innisfree. Okay, so Innisfree is a small island. Now if you look at the first line here, I will go. Okay, so who is I here? I here is the poet actually. तो I यहाँ पे कौन है? In the first line, I refers to the poet. Okay, who is William Butler Yeats. Now the poet feels an urge, in fact a very strong urge to go to Innisfree where he had spent his boyhood, childhood. तो poet एक बहुत ही strong urge feel करता है Innisfree जाने के लिए, because he had spent his boyhood there. Okay, now there are 2 reasons why he wants to go to Innisfree. I'll tell you that. Okay, so first of all let us see this. I have made an analysis also, the central idea of the poem also at the end. Okay, so because the poet had spent some time in Innisfree during his childhood, is that the only reason because of which he wants to visit Innisfree? No, it is not the only reason. Okay, there are basically 2 reasons. I'll come to that also. So he says that he decides that he will rise now and go to Innisfree. So suddenly the poet feels that no, I must arise now and I must go to this island Innisfree where I had spent my childhood. Okay, for some times. Now he wishes to build a small hut, and a very simple small hut, not only a small hut, a very simple small hut. Okay, so he wishes to build a very simple small hut or a cabin with clay and sticks. Wattles means sticks, to stay there. So he dreams. Okay, वो dream कर रहा है. The poet dreams that after going to Innisfree, I will build a very simple small hut there, and this simple small hut or this cabin will be built with clay, मिट्टी से. Okay, and sticks. So it is not going to be a concrete building. He'll build a very simple and a small hut for himself with clay and sticks. Why? Because he needs to stay there also. He cannot stay open there, right? He needs a small hut. एक रहने के लिए एक छोटा सा घर वो बनाएंगे मिट्टी और लकड़ियों से. ठीक है. And he will also plant 9 beans of row. Okay. So actually it should be 9 rows of beans. Okay. I wrote ulta here. So he will plant 9 rows of beans. Beans हमें पता है, it's a vegetable, right? Where you have seeds inside. So beans is actually a seed vegetable only. Okay, so he wants to plant 9 rows of beans there. तो खाने के लिए तो कुछ खाने के लिए तो चाहिए. He needs something to eat also. So he is not talking about chicken, mutton or paneer or anything like that. He will have very simple food. For that only he will do some kind of cultivation. Okay, and what is the vegetable mentioned? 9 rows of beans. Okay, so he will plant beans there. And he will also have a hive for honeybees and enjoy eating honey. So he will also not only beans, but he will also have a hive where honeybees will come and they will form honey, and the poet will enjoy eating this honey. ठीक है, तो poet जो है वो मधुमक्खी के लिए छत्ता भी बनाएंगे और जो है वो हनी भी खाएंगे, शहद भी खाएंगे, ठीक है। And the poet will go to Innisfree alone. The poet will not take his friends, family, relative, anyone, okay? He will go there all alone and enjoy the buzzing sound of the bees over there. So when he will have hive for the honeybees, you know, hundreds of honeybees will come to form honeys. So the buzzing sound of the bees, okay, that the poet will enjoy. Now this is all an imagination of the poet, okay? So thus, he will live in Innisfree all alone and enjoy the peaceful surrounding. तो पोएट का ये दिल का इच्छा है, ये विश है पोएट का कि वो Innisfree अकेला जाएंगे. He will go to this Innisfree all alone, and only when he will go alone he will be able to enjoy the peaceful surrounding. So the basic idea of the poet is that I want peace. ठीक है, I want peace and I want to enjoy this peace all alone after I go to Innisfree. Now we come to the second stanza of the poem, okay? And I shall have some peace there. So the poet rightly mentions that he wants peace there. And because of that only, he does not want to take anyone with him. He wants to go there all alone, okay? Anyways, let me read it out. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. Dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings, there midnights all a glimmer and noon a purple glow, and evenings full of linnets' wings. Let us look at the explanation. The explanation here is that the poet says that he will have peace in Innisfree. तो पोएट का ऑब्जेक्टिव पर्पस क्या है? What is the purpose of the poet? The purpose of the poet is that he wants absolute peace in Innisfree. Okay. Now, however, this peace will come very slowly. Now, peace does not come suddenly. Okay, the poet says that this peace will come very slowly to me. And this feeling of peace also will be very slow. तो धीरे धीरे करके पीस आएगा और मैं इस पीस को जो है धीरे धीरे फील भी करूँगा. Okay, it will not come very quickly, it will come slowly to him. Okay. And the morning will be very foggy or cloudy. तो सुबह का टाइम जो होता है तो क्या होता है, बहुत क्लाउडी होता है, बहुत foggy होता है. There are fogs around, right? So you cannot see the morning very clearly, and it looks as if it has worn a veil. That means morning, because the morning will be full of fog or the morning will be very cloudy, it will be like as if it has worn a cover. ऐसा लगेगा कि सुबह जो है वो covered है. The morning is being covered, okay, with fog or clouds. Okay, so it will be as if morning has worn a veil. Veil means cover. ठीक है. Now the poet will feel peaceful by looking at this scene of the morning that will be cloudy, that will be foggy. This scene the poet will see and the poet will feel very peaceful. ठीक है, पोइट इस मॉर्निंग सीन को देख के बहुत ही पीसफुल वो फील करेंगे. राइट. देन what are the other things that the poet will enjoy and feel peaceful? Even the sound of the cricket singing will make him feel peaceful. Okay, the sound, cricket is an insect, it is not the game, okay, it is an insect. Okay, so the sound of cricket also, this cricket will sing, go on singing, and this will also make the poet feel very peaceful. Phir at midnight, okay, then at midnight the twinkling stars in the sky will again bring him peace. ठीक है, तो sound of cricket, twinkling stars, all these will bring him peace. Then in the afternoon the sunlight has a purple glow. Okay, the sunlight has a purple glow, पर्पल कलर का ग्लो आएगा आफ्टरनून में, which will also give him peace. ठीक है, तो पोइट यहाँ पे जो है सुबह का भी बात बोल रहे हैं. द पोइट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट मॉर्निंग टाइम ऑल्सो. Okay, the poet is talking about midnight also, and the poet is talking about afternoon also. ठीक है, तो आफ्टर मिडनाइट में ट्विंकलिंग स्टार्स वो एंजॉय करेंगे एंड ही विल हैव पीस, एंड आफ्टरनून टाइम द पर्पल सनलाइट विल ऑल्सो गिव हिम पीस. ओके, सो मॉर्निंग, आफ्टरनून, मिडनाइट, all these sights and scenes the poet will enjoy, and the purpose is that he wants peace. तो ये सब उनको peace देगा, शांति देगा. Alright. Not only that, what about evening? We have morning, we have afternoon, we have midnight, but Even evening also he mentions here. In the evening time he will watch the linnet bird, okay, flying in the sky. तो इवनिंग को वो देखेगी कि लिनेट बर्ड जो है वो आसमान में उड़ रहे हैं, एंड दैट ऑल्सो विल मेक हिम फील पीसफुल अगेन. उससे भी उनको जो है उनके मन में एक शांति का फीलिंग आएगा. ओके, द लिनेट बर्ड विल ऑल्सो give him peace. Okay, so thus we can say that the poet will be going to Innisfree. Okay, why he will be going to Innisfree? To enjoy peace, which he does not get in the city, which is full of noises. तो purpose यहाँ पे यही है जो मैं आपको बोल रहा था. In the beginning I was mentioning you that the poet wants to go to Innisfree because he had spent some time there, but that is not the only reason. The another reason is that he wants to enjoy peace there, which he is not getting in the city. You see, city life is full of noises, vehicles, smokes coming out of the factories, sound of vehicles, horns, people shouting here and there. So city life is full of noises. So he wants to escape from all these noises. That means he wants to escape फ्रॉम द सिटी लाइफ. वो सिटी लाइफ से एस्केप करना चाहते हैं. और वो कहाँ जाना चाहते? इनिसफ्री. वाई इनिसफ्री? बिकॉज ही हैड स्पेंड सम टाइम इन इनिसफ्री ड्यूरिंग हिज चाइल्डहुड. सो ही इज़ अ बिट नॉस्टैल्जिक ऑल्सो. होता है ना, बचपन में कोई जगह आप जाते, यू विजिट अ प्लेस ड्यूरिंग योर चाइल्डहुड, okay, then you have never visited that place, and suddenly when you grow up, okay, you become an adult, suddenly if you remember that place you'll feel very nostalgic. So the poet feels a little bit of nostalgic and he wants to enjoy that, revisit that place again. This is one reason, and another reason is he wants to escape from the noisy city life so that he can enjoy some peace over there in that island. Okay, so stanza number 2 ends. Now the last stanza, which is stanza number 3, I will arise and go now for always night and day. तो आप अगर observe करेंगे, the opening lines of the first stanza also says I will arise and go now, and in the last stanza also the poet begins with this line only, I will arise and go now. Okay, now what is the meaning of this? Again, I'll come to that later. So for always night and day I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, where I stand on the roadway or on the pavement scrape. Pavement का मतलब मैंने I have already written there, it is footpath. Okay, pavements means footpath. Okay, so on the pavements gray is color actually, so we can say colorful footpath. Okay, gray is a color, so we can say colorful footpath. Here the color of the pavement is gray color. Okay, so or on the pavements gray, I hear it in the deep heart's core. So it is here the lake in that Innisfree island. ठीक है, यहाँ पे it का मतलब है lake. Okay, now we will move to the explanation. So in this stanza, once again you see the poet again feels a very strong urge to go to Innisfree. तो पहले स्टेंजा में भी पोएट ये कहते हैं, इन द फर्स्ट स्टेंजा ऑल्सो द ओपनिंग लाइन्स ऑफ द पोम, द पोएट सेज दैट आई विल अराइज एंड गो नाउ. सो ही फील्स अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग अर्ज. एंड अगेन इन द last line, the opening lines in the last stanza also, the poet says that again the poet feels this urge that I will arise now and go to Innisfree. मैं अभी जाऊँगा, ठीक है. And because he says it once again that he will arise and go now, ठीक है, the poet feels the strong urge. Why? Because he says that, and once again he says that I will arise and go now. ठीक है. Now why does he feel this urge? He feels this urge because in his mind and heart he can hear the sound of the lake water. So remember I told you, I'm repeating again, the poet had already been to Innisfree when he was a child. Now again you see that memory is still very much vivid, very much lively in the mind of the poet, especially the sound of the lake water. Okay, so that sound of the lake water, it seems it is his imagination only, because the poet is right now in the city. Okay, he is planning to go to Innisfree. He is not in Innisfree. Okay, but he feels this urge because in his mind he can still hear the sound of the lake water. तो वो as if वो सुन सकते हैं, as if he can hear in his imagination, he can hear the sound of the lake water. ठीक है. Now he can hear the sound of the lake water striking the shore. तो समंदर में जो I'm sorry, lake का जो shore है, the land part. Okay, the lake water comes and touches the land part, and the lapping, okay, the lapping sound of the lake water he can hear, the poet can hear inside his heart. तो पोएट एज इफ पोएट इमेजिन कर सकते हैं, सुन सकते हैं वो लेक वाटर का साउंड. The poet is actually in the city. So I told you already, the poet is not in Innisfree. He's actually in the city and he's planning to go to Innisfree. Okay, and he is just imagining the sound of the lake water. तो यहाँ पे poet जो है, he is imagining the sound of the lake water. And each time, हर वक्त जब poet ये imagine कर रहे हैं lake water का sound, this sound that the poet is imagining, every time he imagines this sound is attracting him to go to Innisfree. तो ये साउंड एज इफ उनको अट्रैक्ट कर रहा है. जब भी उनको ये साउंड सुनाई देता है अपने दिल के अंदर, अपने माइंड में, तो दिस साउंड इज ही इज बिकमिंग मोर अट्रैक्टेड टू गो टू इनिसफ्री. तो इनिसफ्री जाने के लिए वो और ज़्यादा अट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं. ओके, सो वेयर इज द पोएट? द पोएट इज एट प्रेजेंट स्टैंडिंग ऑन द रोड वे, मतलब रास्ते पे खड़े हुए हैं. और मे बी द पोएट इज समटाइम्स स्टैंडिंग ऑन द कलर्ड फुटपाथ. सो हियर व्हाट इज द कलर ऑफ द फुटपाथ? इट इज ग्रे कलर. Okay, as it is in the line, I'll just take you back. Okay, or on the pavements gray. तो grey color के footpath पे. So sometimes he's standing on the roadway, sometimes he's standing on the footpath. But wherever he's standing, he can imagine, he can hear the sound of the lake water. Okay, so all is his imagination. Now he can hear the sound of this lake water deep inside his heart. You see, imagination, when it is a very strong imagination, no, you will feel that you are in that place only. अगर कोई memory या कोई sound आपके mind में अगर बहुत ज़्यादा deep impact करता है, तो for few seconds you will feel that you are in that place only. Okay, or you are missing that place very much. So this hearing of the sound of the lake water is actually is fixed deep inside his heart. And every time he hears this sound, the strong feeling to go to Innisfree takes place inside his heart. So every time the poet will hear this sound of the lake water, the strong feeling grows more and more to go to Innisfree. Okay, and which takes place inside his heart. ठीक है, तो this is the explanation of all the three stanzas. Now what is the central idea of the poem? तो पोम का सेंट्रल आइडिया क्या है? ओके, यू विल बी आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम ऑल्सो. ओके, एंड अनदर थिंग, आई विल प्रोवाइड द नोट्स टू यू on my website omnigyan.net. You can go there and type on my website. You can the link of my website is already in the description box. You can go there and type the Lake Isle of Innisfree and you will get the questions and answers. Okay, even I have provided the questions and answers from the poem Wind also. आप एक बार जाके check कर लीजिए. Wind, you just type in the search button, you just type wind on my website omnigyan.net. तो आपको questions and answers वहाँ पे मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, even the road not taken also I have provided the summary, stanza by stanza summary, which will help you in solving the answers that I have already given. Please go and check that out also on my website. Just type the correct spelling of the lesson, the road not taken. Okay, don't type incorrect spelling. Okay, now the poet feels, now what is the central idea? The poet feels a strong urge to go to Innisfree because of two reasons. तो दो reason है poet क्यों Innisfree जाना चाहते हैं. What is the first reason? The first reason is that he had visited Innisfree during his boyhood. So in a way he was missing this place and wished to revisit. तो क्योंकि वो बचपन में एक बार जा चुके हैं, so maybe he was missing this place and that is why he wished to revisit. Okay, visit that place once again. And second and the most important reason is that, this is the most important reason, is that he was fed up of the noisy city life and wanted peace. तो सबसे important reason जो है वो यही है. This is the most important reason, that he does not like the noisy city life. He was fed up of the noisy city life and that is why he wanted some peace. तो peace उनको कहाँ मिलेगा? Where will he find peace? He will find peace in Innisfree. So एक तीर से दो शिकार हो रहा है. With one arrow, he is hunting two birds. Okay, one, he will revisit this place which he was missing, and second and most important is that since he is fed up of the noisy city life, that is why he will go to Innisfree and there he will have peace for himself. All right, then acha, now the most important thing is that, will the poet go and stay there idly? Will the poet go there and stay there in an inactive manner, do nothing, just enjoy the linnet bird, midnight, morning. No, the poet will not stay idle or inactive after he visits Innisfree. तो ऐसा नहीं कि पोइट जो है Innisfree में जाके वो खाली सोएंगे, he will only sleep and enjoy. No, okay, he will do some activities over there. How do we know this? This is evident from the fact that he will build a hut for himself. So he will be going there and doing some activity like building a hut for himself. अपने लिए एक छोटा सा simple घर वो बनाएंगे. He will plant beans over there and he will also have beehive for the honeybees. So he will not be completely inactive. He will go and do some work over there. He will be in some activities, okay, building a hut, planting beans and having beehive. These are the three important tasks, works that he will do in Innisfree after he will go to Innisfree. Okay, and you see another important reason that we can extract from the poem, actually we can analyze from the poem, is that most importantly the poet wants to connect with nature. See, poet could have visited Switzerland, poet could have visited any other place, okay, Dubai, whatever it is, okay, but no, the poet wants to connect with nature and enjoy his life in the middle. Amid means in the middle of nature. Okay, the poet wants to enjoy life in the middle of nature. Enjoy his life matlab enjoy his time and enjoy his time peacefully in the middle of nature. तो poet जो है यहाँ पे nature के साथ connect होना चाहते हैं. ठीक है, खाली peace नहीं, not only peace, he wants to connect with nature. See, all the descriptions given by the poet is connected to nature. Okay, so he is a nature lover in that way. Okay, so he wants to enjoy his time in Innisfree in the middle of nature, in the lap of nature. तो nature के गोद में वो enjoy करना चाहते हैं अपना time peacefully. ठीक है, and finally you see the poet wishes to enjoy peace all alone. ये भी बहुत important है that the poet wants to enjoy peace all alone. He wants a life in Innisfree that will be full of privacy. Okay, and he will not be able to enjoy his time. You see, if the poet takes his family members, he will not be able to enjoy his time in Innisfree if he takes his friends, family or relatives over there. So that is why he wants to go all alone, so that he can have a private life, a life which is full of privacy. And when he will have a life full of privacy, then only he will be having peace over there. Okay, but if he takes friends, family or relatives over there, then again there will be too much noises, too much talkings and all. Okay, so he will not be able to enjoy peace. So that is why he wants to go to Innisfree all alone. अकेले जाने वो अकेले जाना चाहते हैं क्योंकि वो पीस एंजॉय करना चाहते हैं. तो पीस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थीम ऑफ दिस पोम. Okay, so this is the end of the analysis, and you can also comment in the comment section your dream place, like the dream place for the poet is Innisfree. So you can comment in the comment section what is your dream place, a place that you would like to visit alone. Okay, a place that you would like to visit all alone. So you can comment in the comment section, and also don't forget to comment how you like the poem. आपको ये poem कैसा लगा ये भी आप comment section में ज़रूर बताइए. Okay, so that's all from me for today. Thank you so much, and please subscribe to the channel. Whenever you watch a video, please put a like. As I always say, your like gives me a lot of motivation, and you share my videos. Okay, I'm there on Instagram also. Please follow me on Instagram also. You can scan these QR codes, and this is my website QR code. Although both the links are already given in the description box. अब जाइए और मुझे जल्दी फॉलो कीजिए. स्पेशली यू फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम. ओके, मैं हर वक्त वहाँ पे नोटिफिकेशन स्टोरीज डालता रहता हूँ. आई कीप ऑन पुटिंग नोटिफिकेशंस एंड स्टोरीज ओवर देयर. सो प्लीज़ गो एंड फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम right now. So that's all from me for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. With love from Omni Gyan, and all the best to all of you. See you all next time.